Well, I took that walk. Hi, I'm back. I'm Amber Nicole Cannon. I have a company called Uncharted Tutoring, and I use art to teach science. Usually with little kits like those you see in the back there. That one says zombie brains. You can get the individual kits at the bookery, and you can sign up for like full on several week-long classes on my website, uncharted.org. All of that's in my about. But today I am making a bag. This is a special bag. This bag shall be water resistant. It shall hold a 17-inch laptop, and it shall fit a woman, me, a woman's body. Uh, and it shall be TSA compliant. I've been working on it quite a bit. I've designed, reiterated, designed, done all kinds of stuff. Um, and ultimately, we have cut out the pieces. I have sewn my first handle in and developed the order that all this should be done in. I just came back from meeting with a client, turned into not a client. They're doing a book. They're writing a book and they wanted a cover with an illustration of a loved one on it, but they hadn't talked to the publisher yet. And pro tip, if you're writing a book, the publisher's going to control what the cover looks like, if you didn't know. So here's hoping I actually get to sewing again today. I pinned the next seam in that I'm going to sew and realized after having pinned it and had just a smidge of time to think about it, I need to follow the steps that I set forward here. So I need to sew strap E and strap F. Before I move on to this next step. So we're going to unpin this again. It's better to think it through and have to redo it without having sewn than to have to rip a seam out, because seam ripping is beyond annoying. So I've decided that seam F and G should be 50 inches. Well, that seems excessive. Oh, so here it is. F and G are going to move into the bag. That's why. So look at this. So can you see that? So if you look at this, so this is F and this is G, and it's going to basically end up right here, and then it's going to slip into the bag, and it's going to hold the laptop up against, it's dotted lines running here, up against the back, and then run out the bottom. So I do probably need 55 inches. And let's run some math real quick on exactly where I should begin sewing these. 55 inches is a lot of space to get wrong. And 55 inches, so if we're at, I cannot, that is entirely likely, I cannot imagine that, well, whatever, we're just going to count on it. So 55 inches, let's go with roughly 12 inches. We'll go 13 just to be safe. 13 inches from the top. So this piece F and G shall be 13 inches. That leaves um 55 subtract 13, 42. That's a lot. 42 inches from here to here. That really seems like a lot. Because I know that this piece is like 16 inches long. And actually I've cut out that piece. So let's double check that measurement. And here I'm 19 inches. So we're gonna have an extra inch, then plus a 9 for the bottom, right? 9, 10. So let's say this is 10, this is 19. I left myself a lot of wiggle room on this, didn't I? 10 plus 19 is 13. How did I get 55 inches? I'm really not sure. But 9, 1, I'm gonna call this 19. Oh, I'm gonna need like the thickness of the laptop, which I'll go measure real quick. Thickness, go room, like an inch. So that's 2 inches. So it's not 19, 20, 21, 21 inches. Still a little bit on the excessive, but that's okay. So let's go this from the other direction again because I like it going from that way. Clear everything. Let's go 11 inches for the bottom plus 21, 32. Make it 33 just to be safe. I like that. 33 plus the 13 on the top. Anyone want to tell me what my past me put 55, added another 10 inches to that thing? Seems excessive. We're going to go for 46 as I knock over cameras because I'm doing a lot in space and time. I'm moving things, I'm doing things in space and time. How's that? Better? I imagine that's better. Okay. Webbing. No, don't close it because I'm just going to open it up again and be like, why did I do that? Okay. Let's move the heat gun out of the way. Don't need it right this second. Let's grab the straps and make sure we have the extra greased side up. I did burn it here. Did I hide that? Well, let's measure, right? So maybe it'll hide inside the bag. If I'm going for that roughly 13 inches, that'll hide in the bag. I'm not worried. Okay. So the first strap here, 13 inches. How many did we say? We said 46. I was hoping it would drop. Okay, 46. Right where I put a pin. Believe it or not, it's right where I put a pin. Cool. Interesting. And we're going to go ahead and cut it because we're going to make a second one of a similar length. Exactly the same length. And let's do this. Oh, I should make sure I pin this as the front so that we know which side is more waxed than the others. Way down there. Making sure to pin to mark. Pin to mark. And we're just gonna match it. Match the bed. The webbing, let's match it. This is what's gonna hold the laptop in place within the bag as well. Pretty genius if you ask me. Other than fabric and pin on this side, you know. Trim. Let's move this aside. I've started, like, even when I'm doing stuff now, when I'm not on Twitch, weird development, I started talking out loud to myself. I don't do that normally. I wonder where I've started to get that. Tape measure again. Okay, how would I have put that away? Here we are. Open it up. At least 13 inches because that's what I think here. That half-inch mark. Yeah, let's give it 14 so that I have a little bit wiggle room. Strapping. I'm gonna pin it. Oh, I don't know what width. What width am I going for? I'm looking and I can't tell. I don't see any measurements. Oh, here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 inches in. Now, is that with or without the seam tolerance? So that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm almost there actually. 4 inches right there. I think that's perfect. This is going to be hard to sew. I don't know if you can see how thick that's going to get, but it's going to get. It was cute. On my walk home from the bookery, I happened upon some new neighbors. They just moved in on the corner, and they took out some bushes that were overgrowing onto the sidewalk and made it difficult when I was in a wheelchair and challenging to walk because it was always overgrown on the sidewalk. But they took them out, so we're happy with what they're doing in the garden. And they look like they have kids. They have 2 kids, so maybe more kids in the neighborhood's a good thing. It just is. It means it's livable and that people like it here. And they're doing the same thing we are. They bought a 2-family and they're living on one level while they renovate the other. So that should be delightful to have around. I'm excited to have them. I was sure to welcome them. Hope I didn't scare them away. I probably did, like in all honesty, because it's my southernness coming out. I can't help it. I just wanted to be like, hi, I'm glad you're here. So glad you're here. Just don't run away. And I probably scared. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I need to move in a smidge. Need to move in 1 inch because I forgot about the sewing. The hem, just the hem. It's fine. 1 more inch in. And it will reinforce the strap. It's delightful. Nice when a design works out like that. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. But yeah, I'm bummed the work didn't turn out into a project that, would be good for me or a good fit for what I do or stuff like that. Whatever, it's fine. Like, that happens. Happens all the time. All right, so we're at 5 inches in because I did not mark for the seam allowance. So we're going to bring it in 5 inches here, which will bring it into 15. Oh, look at that. It's so symmetrical with this little handle right here. Can you see that? Oh, it's starting to get symmetrical, y'all. Are you proud of me? I'm proud of me. All right. Right there. Nice thick needles. Pins. These are pins. Needles you attach thread to. Pins just hold fabric together so that you can run the needle through. And so pin, pin, pin. Am I... Ooh, is that my phone letting me know I'm just now live? That would be funny. Because I'm live for a few minutes. Super nice. That's my friend telling me it's super nice. Because it is. She's bragging. She's working outside, and I'm live on Twitch, which means I can't work outside. Send her a sad face. Oh, geez. The newish phone. Go. Sad face emojis, because it's actually really freaking nice out, and I am not outside. It's okay. It's okay. Building my brand. And I did go for that walk, experience the outdoors when I walked to the bookery. Now, how far up do we actually think this should be sewn? And I'm thinking it's actually not as far up as we might think. Let's think. Pick a nice round number. 6 inches? Like halfway. No, that's too tall. 4 inches? Feels right. So we're going to mark that with a yellow pin that's far up as I'm going. Next attachment. Because these are going to be the top part that like cinch down the bag. Again, let's bring that to roughly 4 inches. A smidge. Remember to always do a sanity check. You can do numbers, but you can measure wrong. You can start from somewhere else. A sanity check is super important. I think that looks about right. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to sew this on. And then do that step that I already kind of made before. This going back and forth is going to be challenging. I could bring the sewing machine here. Is that less work? To like turn around and put the sewing machine here. And let's try that because the last time I did it this way. This is gonna be funny. Ready for this? I'm not using the server. I will unplug that. I'll bring this cord over here. And I can sew while standing. I have done it before on Twitch when I was tailoring in new shirts. So there's that little piece of amazingness. Do this and this. I actually think like that's a better view than what I was doing. Okay. Again, we want to make sure that the needle is on the B position for the Baby Lock Denim Pro. It moves the needle as far left as you can take it while sewing. And it will just keep it close to the edge. See, I really like it because of this kind of stuff. So it brings it close to the edge. That on camera. I'm not on camera. So see that? So it just kind of, that seam goes is only the space between the stitching end is only like, is what I'm trying to demonstrate here. So that's as tight as I can take it while using the presser foot as a guide. There's a sure way to keep things going straight. Right there. I'm gonna pull that pin out. Sewing while standing is a challenge. Sew forward, then I sew back to tie that knot. Some machines like automatically tie a knot. I don't know. Mine does not. Here we are. We're about to do the hard part. Going over this. Do we think my machine can handle? Oh, look at her. Look at her go. Oh. She's so good. She is so good to me. Did you see that? She just took it like a champ. What a champ. I want to take it to this point right here. This fabric is too thick for this needle, but I don't want to sew over the needle. So maybe one more stitch. Yeah, that's perfect. Down, and then I'm going to spin it out. And we're going to take it perfectly perpendicular. Put that presser foot down again and sew just a smidge. And then I'm going to sew back to make that knot. And then I'm going to sew forward again. And I'm going to do the same thing at the end here. I've placed that pirouette exactly where I need to because I'm spinning that needle. Oh, it looks perfect. See how that lined up? Right on that presser foot. I'm going to drop that presser foot and look, it's right on the edge again. Oh man, it's like I've done this before or something. I haven't done this in particular. But look, it looks like I know what I'm doing, you guys. Let's remember, I have never made a wax canvas bag in my life before. Ever. Let's back that up just a smidge. Give it a nice knot. And over. Oh, she just takes it like a champ. That is two pieces of waxed cotton webbing on top of some sturdy jeans. Aren't you proud of my machine? I'm proud of my machine. And again, we'll knot it. Oh, she just took that like a champ. She's also been recently serviced. I mean, it was about a year ago, actually, now that I think about it. It was right when everything shut down. But oh man, that is solid. Check that out. Oh, she's killer. She's a mad machine. You know, I haven't named her. I just call her Baby. I guess that's her name then. If I haven't officially named her, we're gonna clean up those. We're gonna. I'm gonna sew across the bottom here. Just give it that really extra poof of strength. Oh, gosh, she can work hard. Do you see this? I should buy more thread now. I have this feeling I'm gonna run out. I don't know. It just hit me that I can always get it at Joel. That thread brand. I don't have any marking left on it though. Maybe have a tough time matching that color. Oh, what am I doing? So I just pulled that out. Let's trim those threads. Keep it looking professional. Right, trim them as close as we can. They don't catch on things. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So proud of what my machine just did. So proud of it. Oh man, look at that. Looking like a bag with a handle. Can you see it? Okay. Now we're going to do this next bit similarly. It's the same handle, just on the other side. Ah, I'm hitting my cameras. My steel ruler is sticking to my magnets and it's causing some challenges. So you'll see, right? Drop this down. Pull the pin. And so, gosh, it's lovely when it works. I've had it not work. Two stitch forward. Spin it around. So again, go back and forth, kind of make that knot. Sew forward, again, go back and forth. So we're gonna sew back a little bit. Okay, so she's being a little difficult here. That noise is a bad noise. And drop it down again. Pirouette. This is how you make a nice sharp turn on a sewing machine, if you didn't know. Oh, she's so good. Look at that. Beautimous. Absolutely beautimous. I love it. We'll move the machine over here for a second. And how many people sew on Twitch? I'm not sure many do. There probably are others. Honestly, I should do more research. People are like, you've got a great setup for switch. And I'm like, I'm a teacher. I'm just trying to teach people. Admittedly, if I was working this like if I was just working this without you guys here, I would be sitting down. But standing is good for me. No complaints. Like, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying what I'd be doing differently. Okay. So let's follow those. It's a puzzle, right? So we've made straps. They're extra secure because of all this really cool stitching. I've even got, so I got these buckles and I bought two kinds. As you can tell, one is like super duper beefy and the other one's like kind of beefy but normal. Um, this one broke my thumbnail when I first used it. It is super durable and probably excessive for what I need it for here. So I will use these regular ones on this. See, I'm going with plastic because I don't want it to rust. Weird. Anyways, sounds like kids are getting home from. Next step, we did E. We did E, F, and G. Very good. Now we're going to show D. D is the next strap. And I've already found a mistake in what I did. Can you believe it? I can. There's supposed to be space here. I'm gonna go with it. The webbing is here. I can, because I've got this started and tucked, I can always adjust it, but I can always like open up this and sew this back down. Like I can always adjust it. Fun. Already made a mistake. So we're not gonna make that mistake with D. Jiminy, I know what I did. So these are, oh man, told you, seam ripping. Didn't I say that? I'm sewing this bag. Should I rip this seam? These should be an inch over more. Because, or everything else goes. We're gonna move, we're gonna change the design. We're gonna change the design. So I switched these in position because I don't know why. Follow the directions you wrote, Amber. That's all there is to it. So we're gonna switch this here. Wait, hopefully this notation will help me figure this out. This one goes here. Hopefully that helps me remember that I switched their locations. You'll correct me later, right? Cool. We're gonna set this aside, keep the pins there, keep the straps out of the way, and we're grabbing bottom of the back, and we're gonna put on D. Strap D. Strap D, I've determined should be 56 inches. Right. And this is 16. 16. Double checking my math. 16. 16. 16 plus 18, 9 and 9, 50, 6 inches overlap. That sounds good. I'll go with that. We're going to mimic what we did before. So we're going, it will have a 1/2 inch kind of deal like this. Should it be like this? Should I really go for the double fold? Beans usually do that because they can tear. Fray. I don't want tearing fraying. I'm gonna go for the hard. There, that it's thick. So wrap. Gonna help me. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not sewing it yet. Okay. Double wrap. Cool. I have wrapped those. Now we're going to measure down. So it's 1, 2, as I look at my sketch, it's 1, 2, 3, somewhere between 3.5 and 4. Three and a half and 4. Accidentally pulled the needle out. And somewhere between 3 and 4. Why would I? So 12 and 9. So that's 9. Ruler. At 9. 3. That. 3. And 4 mark. Checking. Well, it's 8 inches. You get the idea. Here. Quite happy. Oh, I didn't mark that one. I think. That looks diagonal. How would that be diagonal? Bring it over here. Check 9. I am off. Definitely off. Here we are. That's the right one. That's the right. But I have a 1/2 inch mark in case I need it. Could be helpful. Sure. I like it. I like it. Now, strap D, we determined strap D should be 56 inches. I find that acceptable. Having double checked my math, like you do. And we are going to add more pins along this length to make sure we are being the excessively waxed side forward. That's where I'm about to cut. And let's make 56 inches happen. Preferably without stabbing ourselves with pins. Should be doable. 56, right there. This time not magically marked already. Every time I cut, it's nerve-wracking. Now, raise myself really. That's 56. Fold in half to find the middle. Why measure when you can just fold it? I'm going to pin that middle right here. This will also make a handle to pick up the bag, but it will primarily make where my straps are going to go. Right there. Let's mimic that 10 degrees that we had before at the 1 inch mark. So I need to measure this in by 1 inch. By inch. So that knowledge, 10 degree mark, 1 inch, should carry this. There. Super exciting, right? Super duper exciting. I know you're excited. I can tell. Pinning it in. Let's do the other side. At degrees. Measured in. Oh, I can see it. Can you see it? And okay, here's where I need to be like really following the directions so I don't miss this strap up opportunity. And handle should be about 3 inches. This one's only 3, so half side. So we're going to sew to here in there. So here, small. This is going to be a smaller handle. Now I can give it a bigger loop if I so decide, but right now I'm just going to figure out where that half. Right. See what I'm doing? So, not bad. Great, but I will sew there, and I will sew here, and then I need to sew. Let's double check the dimensions of those commercial straps I bought. Not far, not far. This should be acceptable. So that's on the diagonal 2 inches. Diagonal 2 inches. So let's, I want to add, because I want to make that a little bit bigger of a loop. Let's add inch here. I'm gonna go, this one is. That gives plenty. Move it in. That definitely. Don't need to do. That's plenty of a loop, right? To like hang it on. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And then here. Okay. So 2 inches in along the diagonal. Give it a little bit of a 2.5. How about that? We'll take it there. Sew this in. This is going to have to be super strong. This is where the backpack straps are always going to be and where I'm pulling. And now that I've pinned it, let's test it. Run the strap under here and make sure that me leaving it flat isn't going to cause problems later on down the road. Because I am worried. Just like that. And then into there and like that. And so I think that's a problem. I think so. Differ here. I could add webbing on the back. That would make it stiffer. I don't think it matters that I'm leaving it flat. That was the question I was asking, but a new one, of course, presented itself, as it often does in doing development things. So it's gonna thin on itself a smidge, and it's gonna roll down. And what is going to keep it flat? So many bags have like bracing type materials in it. Should my bag have bracing material? I'm gonna go with no. This may be a mistake that I regret later. Mark my words. Mark my words. Great. Okay. We're gonna go with this. Okay, so I'm not sewing here, but I am sewing here. Again, same idea. 2.5 inches in, sewing here. Not here. This is going to be a great bag, I'm telling you. Such an amazing bag. The best bag ever. D. So what do we so D. So haha, that's why I said to sew F and G after sewing D. Oh, would you look at that? I do have a reinforcing member down here. That's funny. uh, I'm gonna go ahead and pin that now. What is the length of C? Why would I say 46? Because I'm wrapping it around again. Why would it be different than D? Well, D is longer because of the angle, but it's not that much longer. Just guessing. Okay, let's do strap C. Strap C, 46 inches. Again, let's mark that front down. Oof, that one stabbed me. Okay, and 6. This one's going all the way around because I want that. Just double check the math here, like I did the last time. Even though it's like technically the same thing, we're gonna go 16 plus 16 to 32 plus 18. Why would I think 50? She's got 50. Means 46 is definitely not enough. I was wearing the hi Anna, nice to have you back. Love you too. I'm wearing the same lipstick I was wearing, same color, but I did change the shade because I took it off when I was walking around with the mask on. But yeah, this is oh, I had it. It's Coffeefy by that same brand that I wear. Coffeefy. It's really dark, but I kind of love it. Yeah, so running this mask 16 plus 16 and 9, and I'm going to add like a little bit of a wiggle thing. This needs to be 56 inches, just like the other one. All there is to it. 6 inches it is. Rethink this. 56. There's it. Ooh, I just stabbed myself in the belly with a pin. Ooh, okay. No, well, it was fine with the client. I wouldn't call it all good. I didn't end up with the work. She hadn't, so it's a book cover, but she hadn't talked to the publisher. Pro tip in the book writing world is your publisher is probably going to pick your cover artist for you, and dictate what they can and can't do in terms of a design. So it was like a literally 5-minute conversation where she was like, yeah, so book cover. And I was like, you have a publisher? And she was like, yes. And I was like, publisher picks your cover artist. Unless they don't, in which case you can come back to me. But yeah, so no extra art for me. That's all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna do this at 5 up. So remembering that we have a 1-inch margin down here, so we're going to take it to 6. Buddy, look at that. 6 on it. There we go. It's going to go right there. um, right there. Let's mark it. Where'd my pencil go? My favorite pencil. It's going to go in between here. That doesn't look. Oh well, because my ruler is not 1 inch. I don't know why they don't make rulers. It really seems silly. It's probably because they're like all manufactured for European standards, and that makes so much more sense. Do you know how to create one stuffed animal? Kind of. Like, have I guess I have. Like when I was a kid, I made one. Um, I haven't recently. You just, you know, you either find a pattern or make your pattern and sew it together and stuff it full of stuffing. Um, you know, got to give it guts. Sew this like this. And this one here, and it's going to be straight across because I'm going to create a little loop right here, like this, when I sew everything together, and the slide ring. These bad boys are going to go right here. Pretty cool, right? Maybe a stuffed animal will be my next adventure. I don't know. This here, and this is going to get sewn all the way across. Why am I doing this on the outside? Actually, per my notes, this should be on the inside. I think that'll be better now that I'm looking at it. Just to create fewer rain catch spots. Is it lovely weather where you are, Anna? Today we have the prettiest weather. It was nice to go walk to that coffee shop and, you know, meet with the almost client. Ooh, and did you get nuts? You should get nuts. I think I mentioned that. Nuts are a good way to gain weight if you're trying to gain weight. Billy's getting in the way a little bit. Let's move Billy. Go. Okay, working this through. No, goes here. I'm going to go to the 5 and 6 again. Why, when I flip it, it suddenly doesn't match up to 5 and 6. Oh, 5 and 6. But it also means food for thought. Just realized this. Can't sew it all the way to the edge. Why? Because it's got to poke out. So we're going to take this strapping, put it in the middle, just like before. We're going to sew it to about 1 inch in. I'm going to mark this very specifically a moment. Now I'm just kind of wiggling through it. A little cold. What's a little cold for you guys? Together. Oh, that's what I should do. No, 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 no. That won't work. Thinking through. This is a puzzle. That would be a warm day here right now, especially 67 degrees. It is on the chilly side. Like you wouldn't like run around in short shorts. With this, thinking, trying to imagine it in my brain. This has to be a little extra long because it's going to go through another piece of denim. So we're gonna sew it to here. It will provide structure. Hold on. Not going to go all the way up to the corner. Here. And we're going to sew. Ooh, move. Okay. I've got two things to sew here. Let's sew. I'm gonna pin this out of the way so I don't accidentally, I have accidentally sewn things together. Bone earring. No, this is, oh, you're gonna love this. These are glass and they're by someone I went to college with. Called her shop name is Broken Plates, and she makes the prettiest things. They're green and they're glass. Do you see that? But it's she blows the glass and then she cuts it on a water jet and then hand polishes everything. It's beautiful. She makes just beautiful work. Sew the straps out, or pin the straps out of the way. Let's sew these straps first. I'm gonna pin these two, so I don't accidentally sew them. I promise. I have done that before. Annoying and embarrassing. A little embarrassing. More embarrassing now that like I'm sewing with an audience. Keep poking myself. No one is surprised. That's what happens when you sew. Poke yourself. Broken Plates. Jillian. She does good work. She does very good work. And they're pointy, which I like pointy earrings. I like big and pointy earrings. All right, let's bring the sewing machine back over. And let's do the simple strap first, okay? So here, starting here, remember we're just going to the pins on either side. Not the middle pin. Middle pin doesn't count. And sew and backstitch. A little bit of a backstitch. Sew that knot. Take out that pin. Keep going. Do let me know if the noise gets weird, okay? Because it's going to be a little weird. Camera. That camera may need to move. It's a little in the... How's that? Okay, I think that'll be okay. And let's sew. Shaking, ready to fall over. Maybe I'm gonna mute just a second. Hold on. All right, now the camera's like a little more out of the way. Yeah, it's definitely a fun noise, and the machine is bouncing a little bit. A little on the unfortunate side. That's just because I'm on this metal top that's kind of drum-like. Oop, why did it stop? Got caught on something. Catch on. It's acting weird. No idea. Back up. fun to have to think about what you're seeing from the camera as well as sew at the same time. You're doing weird things. Seeing the fabric tension kind of, that's why. There we go. Figured it out. Spin it. Give it that nice pirouette. Square pointed seam. We're going to pull that in because it's definitely under the presser foot. Give it a nice square edge seam thingy mabob. We're going to go back and forth. Oopsie, see? My tension's off somewhere. Okay, this happens. My needle's stuck. And so I work it until it does what I need it to do. This doesn't look like my tension is right. Because it's not. I see where it got messed up. Now, how is the sewing looking? Messed up. Very messed up. Cool. And this is the frustrating part of sewing. Okay, so I can see the eye of the needle, so that means I can cut the thread here out with a little bit of work. Here we go. All right, so this stitching won't be immediately visible, like, because I'm gonna put that boot thing on. So it's the bobbin is caught now. Welcome to sewing. Happens all the time. Yeah, that's some nasty looking stitching. Yeah, you know. Goodness gracious, that one really poked me. I think I'd be more careful. So that's some bad looking stitching. It'll be fine though. I can work with it. Is it strong is the question? Yeah, it seems pretty strong. That is some gross looking stitching. Clearly my tension being off. Okay, we're gonna rethread. I don't know why it got so off. I'm telling you, make mistakes all the time. Things don't go smoothly all the time. As long as it stitches and holds, I'm fine with it. I want to back over. Just me. Let's try this again. Yeah. Okay. Hold these in. Oh, there we go. Okay. Why is it acting like it's catching again? I can hear it. Half of sewing, I think, is my ears sometimes. All right, what's wrong? It may be the bobbin. Check the bobbin. Bobbin looks clean. I'm not sure. Let's pull the bobbin thread through. Again, sewing has its challenges. Never said it was easy. Did I say it was easy? I don't think I ever said this project would be easy. Try again. In there. What are you doing? Why is your attention? It did so well sewing through this webbing before. Hi, Knights. How you doing? Glad to have you back. I'm actually sewing. Are you proud of me? But I seem to be having tension problems, and I'm solving it. You went really well. My first strap that I sewed on. Look, you'd be. Where is it? You should be proud of me. My first strap that I sewed on. Look at this strap and sewn on. It holds right here. It pulls. It's sewn. I have it pinned so it stays out of the way right now. But this and this, it's all sewn on, and it went beautifully. Looking at my back stitching, trying to figure out what's going wrong here. What to do? Even this stitching. Holding though, like it pulls off. So what am I doing wrong? And increase the stitch length. I see. I know what it is. I've solved it. You'd think I never sewed before in my life. I see it. I'm gonna explain it as I fix it. So whenever you start having thread tension problems, you unthread and rethread your machine because you've missed a stupid step probably. At least that's what it is for me. So I'm gonna pull this string back up because this string is extra thick and so it's on the, I mean, it's on the expensive side. Okay, you know what I did? I thread this part right. Down, you go through, down, up, down, in, and through the needle. All right, that should fix everything. I swear that's what sewing is all about. It's forgetting to thread your machine properly. How are you, Knights Gaming? Glad to have you back. I'll put that pressure foot down. How's the weather where you are? Anna has a little bit of chill, and we've got a lovely warm day. It's so pretty. I met with a client. Not gonna do the work for them. You would get this. She wanted an illustration of her father for a book cover shit that she wrote, but she hadn't talked to the publisher about the cover like at all. But she'd reached out to me looking, or she reached out to a group of friends that referred me to her, but it turns out she never talked to the publisher about the cover. So she's like talking to me to commission me, but she didn't know because most people don't know that the publisher usually picks who does the book cover. So it was like a 5-minute meeting. Like I went downtown to the coffee shop and sat down with her. She explained the project, and I was like, okay, who's publishing it? Wondering like what are their guidelines? And she was like, she gave me the name of the publisher, and I was like, oh, they usually pick the cover artist. Publishers usually do that. They usually have an in-house artist do that. Not all the time. And sometimes really famous artists get to pick, or famous writers get to pick their artists, but most of the time. Why are you still acting stiff? Are we through it? Did we get through it? I'm hand turning it because I'm worried. You're acting stiff again. This was my biggest concern with this project, was like sewing live on camera and dealing with my machine. If you watched my earlier stream when I had the perfect sewing, I was like, oh, she's doing so beautiful. She's doing such a great job. She's doing amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is why, because sometimes this happens. All right, I'm gonna have to sit down. It's not as amazing and as entertaining as watching someone paint. I know. Okay, let's solve this, huh? Okay. Okay. Pull the needle out. It went better this time. I'm probably making all kinds of stupid rookie mistakes. Because I'm doing this, live on Twitch. You add an audience and suddenly everything gets. No, you're doing exactly what you would do before. All these things. This stitching will be hidden, so I'm not too worried about this. All right. Again, we are threaded properly. I'm going to pull the thread because it doesn't look structurally sound. Nope, it's not. Just pulled right. Definitely not structurally. This is why sewing things by hand, not manufactured, takes forever. Because things like this happen. Like, I don't know how my mother did it. It never looked like her machine ever acted up. All right, trying again. Drop the foot. Get so I can put my foot on the presser. And drop the needle. Oh, there she goes. That's the right sound. That's the right everything. And then it's getting tight again. Why? Okay. She's being good. Look at this. It's going so smoothly. So perfectly. That's what your machine's supposed to do. It's usually user error. It really is. I blame the machine, but what are you? Back it up. Spin it around. Ah! Not with the foot up. That's the harder part. Standing while sewing is hard. Yeah. We're just gonna end there and we're gonna get a new thing. An extra stitch in there that I can cut. Right. Drag it over to the center again. Not bad. How's this all look to y'all? Is this as entertaining to watch as me doing the math and designing the bag? Okay, so you can see I've sewn it here. That's what I just sewed on, but it won't be visible. Yeah, it is good. That's the point. Okay, trim these threads up to keep it looking professional, or at least skilled. I don't have to claim to be like a professional seamstress or sewer or tailor. Just need it to look clean. Clean is good. Ow. Keep poking myself. I was gonna have to do like a compilation of all the pokes. All the times I poke myself. And it's rarely like where a thimble covers, right? It's like in my side or my gut even. Ugh. Not thrilled with that stitching. Other side. Baby probably needs servicing again, huh? Ugh, like $100. All right, we're gonna do this one next. And we're gonna sew that handle spot first. It's getting so thick. The presser foot is having trouble getting over it. That's okay. Hopefully I don't have any spots where I'm actually planning. Oof! And again. And this I'm going to do a little differently because this is such a small spot. And so much is going to happen here. See that backwards? Now I'm going to drop it down again, and I'm going to go on a diagonal. I'm going to do that crisscrossy thing. Move the loose threads out of the way. Gotta stop poking myself. Do I play video games? I don't. I'm on Twitch and I don't play video games. I don't. Look at me. Look, I'm doing this. Like, when would I have time to, like, actually play a video game? Shh, don't tell anyone. No one will ever watch me stream if I don't play video games. I know, it's so weird. I never got into it. Oh, good, it's not just me. Yeah, like I've like played at like social functions with friends and stuff, and it's ridiculous because you get like memory for the fingers and knowing like where they go, and I don't have that, so it's embarrassing. Kai plays video games, and she is very much looking forward to like um getting me into video games when I like have a life again, when my house is done. I did get to play with someone's, what was it, the Connect or something? Can't remember. And that was kind of fun. And it was one of the scary ones, kind of clown based circus scariness. That was kind of fun. I just don't have the time really. Because I got to make stuff and I got to work on my house and I got to run a business. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time. Hey, Nights Gaming, you still around? How's your prep for your show going? Okay. Really complex bit of sewing there. Where I did a crisscrossy pattern. I'll show you the back of it now that I've done it. What I did, and this is what they do on mass manufactured bags, is this. See that? I just did that. Ooh. Okay. Go. All right. Okay. Now trim those threads, right? Let me talk about that. Keep it looking slick. And now I'm gonna do this section. Oof. I really like to stop poking my fingers. All right. Again, we're gonna take it here, switch that needle over to the side position. So just to this needle. And I pulled the thread out. That's okay. I can handle that. Go. Now I'm going to sew that. Most of my friends play video games. You finally ate the whole apple. Yay! Everyone cheer for Anna. She ate the whole apple. The whole thing? Was it delicious? It was delicious, wasn't it? Exactly. You did it. Are you proud of yourself? You should be proud of yourself. Sometimes we're not proud of ourselves when we accomplish something, and we should be. Good. I'm so happy for you. Eat that apple. All right. Oof. I gotta take my foot off of this thing when I start moving it out so I don't get those extra random stitches after I've lifted the presser foot. All right. Cool. So that's sewn on right here, and then we have that open spot right here for the straps to go in. Exactly what I wanted. Super duper happy with that. Come up our threads so we look like we know what we're doing. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. All right, let's do the other side. Same zigzag X pattern that I did on the other side, and then the long sew. I didn't double this cover. Right now. Cover. Oh, it does. We're good. Never mind. Never mind. I had a freak out moment. Drink water. Drink water. Nice. Okay. That X. We gotta sew that X. Well, I will get the charger watch standing up. Oh, you're gonna watch the stream standing up now, so you stay awake. You need to rest. That's okay. My feelings won't be hurt. Um, do what's right for you to stay healthy. That's the most important. Hands down, every time. Be healthy. Stop poking yourself with needles. Preferably. Why is it doing this again? Nice. Back, what's it look like? Twisted. I'm gonna change the tension there just a smidge. See if that fixes it for us. And let's take this practice complicated things. And then go diagonal. Make sure these things go super right. Again, I beat up machines. Why I have this machine beating. Be fine. And one more long stitch, straight stitch. Clean up the threads. And remember, no one ever sees what the inside of your clothes or whatever it is you're sewing looks like. So like, you know, I'm going to show it to you now so you guys don't feel weird. Messy looking. That's what mine looks like. It's a little messy, right? That's okay. Hmm. Now we're gonna do that second longer zigzaggy connection point. Right down so it hides that. Heaven knows I'm never gonna get rid of that pencil line because wax will. That was my marker. Brady. Okay, hold on. This I have. There. And so really does not like my tying of the knots. Go. Right. Ow. There we are. Down again. Make it extra strong. That ought to do it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Find it acceptable. Okay. Now we've done all these straps. Place where the bag is going to attach to straps that go around my shoulders. And it is likely time to think about the next steps. Okay. I think it's going to be the flap and the zipper. Let's check my notes, because when I don't follow my notes, I end up with a problem later. Oops. It says F and G buckles. It has to be A and B. Cool. Straps A and B, not in here. Straps A and B, 5 inches. Let's double check that math before we cut, just like always. So we're going to be taking it from the right here, which is at 19 and top. Measure this. Always. So that's 18, about 19 pieces of everything. Nineteen. 9. Front. Piece 19. $47. And I have 55 listed. That should be the last of the straps that I need to cut. Oh, amazing, isn't it? Now, here to have plenty. Figure out where that front is for wax. Here we go. 2 straps of 55 should be enough. Take it longer just because. Try not to stab myself with pins. Okay, so that's roughly 55. And yeah, I have strap left over. Very good. Let's remember which side is the front. The front. Good. Again, what is my more big dream? What is my biggest dream? Right now, it's finish my house, move upstairs, live in this beautiful space that I've created, and then have an enormous garden, maybe a dog. That would be wonderful. I don't know. If I, yeah, that's I guess that's it. I want to teach the world science. Like I really want to teach the world science, and I want the world to make better policy decisions. I want everyone to have like really I want everyone to have a much more basic understanding of science. That's my big dream. Like I want to affect the world so that people make better decisions so that we can like fight climate change and um you know maintain mask policies long enough to like save lives and uh that's what I want. Like I think a lot of some of the bad decisions that have been made, you know, resulting in like India, like people are dying in India right now. Like oxygen is being stolen from trains. People they're doing mass funeral pyres where they're burning the bodies in mass on the streets. Like that's not I mean, yes, it's another country, but that's us. It's people. It's we people are currently having to burn people in the streets because of poor science policies. So I built my company so that people would have really basic love for science, appreciation for science, and maybe even like listen to scientist experts when they make recommendations. um, that may sound really weird coming from an American. Mm, yeah, I'd like us to listen to scientists. So I know I can't change the adults. There's no helping that. I can maybe, just maybe, change the kids. Um, and changing the kids will change, things in 50 years. It's not going to be overnight. So that's my big dream. Every everyone has dreams and hopes like that. It's not abnormal, I don't think, that I like want to do these things. Um I know other people who want these things too. I do. So A and B partway down here. This is hard thinking. We're gonna sew A and B on. And they have to be different measurement insides. I think other people want the same things. I really do. I think it's hard. So um there we go. There it is. So I'm super behind the times. I just finished watching Westworld. Yep, I think with medicine you'll be able to stay awake too. I just finished watching Westworld, where they compare like human patterns to robot loops and patterns, and that we're all very similar and that we develop these habits and patterns that we just kind of stick to. And it's true. And so I don't know where I'm going with this. No, I do. I do. Um, so with human patterns, if we can make our patterns accepting science and questioning poor policies that lead to like climate change and moving people because of climate change, like there are all kinds of island nations that will not exist in the near future because the ocean's rising and that kind of stuff. So if we can break our patterns, it's really hard. It's really, really hard. But if we can break our patterns, maybe, just maybe, we can we can change it. You know what I mean? So I can't change adult patterns. children's patterns are much easier. Children patterns are much easier. This is going to go almost a more attractive angle here. No, you're asking great questions. The question you asked about, no, you're asking great questions. I love questions. All questions are great questions. We've been through this. Questions are wonderful. Questions are amazing. So like, yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like if we had better education, if we had people listening, if we had all of that, wow, that is a more attractive angle. Can you see that? It's so fascinating. It happens to be where I cut. There's this great curve going on. So do we like that more? Like this beautiful curve, or do we like this more? It's not a curve, but we get this really watermark pattern. I mean, so I can always alter this and make this into a great curve. There's the answer. I can still get the pretty, the watermark. Wow, that is threadbare. Oh man, I can see through that like clearly. I did not realize it was so thin. Shouldn't be. It's gonna be this way. Okay. Wish I'd noticed that earlier. Some stuff for me. Yeah, I feel very strongly about wanting to like educate kids and adults and I'm not 16, it's 8, 9. Put it this way. There's my answer. So like, so we'll sew this down to about 10. Hold on, I gotta imagine something in my brain. Keep the straps on the outside. Yep. 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 Okay. That's really hard to. It's one of these things. Like I've got different layers of things like this. Pocket. What do I sew on the pocket? Now I hope. It's on the other side. Never mind. This is the back. Sometimes myself. Sometimes. Anyways, you get tired and you keep doing and keep making, and that's all there is to it. Just keep making. Wow, it's almost 6, y'all. Okay, we're going to So A and B on until this point. So I'm going to mark it. Right here so that I know where to sew. And this needs to line up so that I don't sew two pieces of webbing into one another. That is going to get really challenging. So now this one goes here. I'm gonna wrap around like this. Everything right. That's what's gonna happen. I think. Right, like that. Little offset, yes. I am worried about my cane going. Baby handle it. Challenge. I feel pretty passionately about educating people about science, hence why I do it. My life. It's not just like my job, it's more a vocation, almost. I want to say religious calling because it's definitely because I'm science here. But I feel strongly that what I'm supposed to do. I can make science fun for people. So good. To better the world, like the entire world. The entire world can be bettered if we make science more fun and accessible for people. I feel rather strongly about that. And that's why I'm doing this Twitch thing in the hopes of getting a bigger, wider audience. Share me. If you want to get science out to the world, share me, share everything I'm doing here with other people so that maybe, super lucky or super duper lucky one day, like, will like science and find it more entertaining. And there are some who find it entertaining. Like, I'm not saying that nobody does. I really want to get it to more people so that more people find it entertaining. You know what I mean? Anyone? If you like science and you like what I'm saying, subscribe, okay? So that I know I'm not alone. I think this is working. Three, two. If you like science and want the world to love science, and I'm working on changing that. I don't know 100% how I'm going to do it. Like, how do you become the Bill Gates or the Warren Buffett of like bringing science to people? I really don't know, but I'm trying, and maybe this Twitch stream will help me do that. Get people talking about science more, enjoying science, being entertained by science. All of those are like really super, and maybe not stabbing with pins. Great. All of those things seem like really valid. Okay. I dig it. This bag. We're going to sew from here to here. Sew that first. has to be over. Because oh, come on. Ah, well, that almost stabbed me. It didn't stab me though. Over a smidge. So, why is that so? Not, is it? Did I ever test this? I don't think I did. I'm now suddenly worried it's. Nope. Wide enough. Okay. Fine. Fine. That was. That's fine. So if we're at 9 and this thing is going all the way over here, and we're talking about inches in, but it has to be. Okay. 2 inches in it is. Inches it. 9. Like that bit. Read that straps that far out. The structural. So at 9, 13 and a half. 9, 13 and a half. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Yeah. 9. Working it. A half at 9. Here. Oh. Cool. Gonna sew that. So much thinking. This becomes a bit of a challenge. Make my life easier to get rid of some of these pins. So this first. Grab just yet. Then I'm going to sew the strap. Then I'm going to sew the strap down. We're going to do the flap and the zip. Somebody tell me I'm right. Okay. Gosh, I wish the stitching being prettier on the other side. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna invisible do it. Ooh, beep beep beep. My friend Meg says hi, Twitch friends. Need to drink more water. I've been dehydrating my, not hydrating. Let's move you over here. Put you up here. Yeah. Nope, wrong one. I don't want that stitch that far over. Again, I'm now pulling my needles instead of sewing over them. Usually sew over them, but I'm very tired of replacing needles. Get tired of replacing needles. Don't sew over your pins. That's solid. Okay. It's doing exactly what I want. No complaints. Here we go. I'm sewing and sewing, working it. Now I'm about to do a really hard section. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6 layers of denim. I'm about to do 6 layers of denim going. You see that? 6 layers. I get my hand positioned so that I can pull. All right, we're already getting caught. Oh, look at her go. Oh yeah, okay, that's the first stitch through 6. Oh, she's doing so well today. I mean, really. Look at her go. Could I be more proud? I don't think so. Of my sewing machine. Oh, she's doing so well. Look at that. We'll double check on the other side what she did. But that really is what is that outside top. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm so happy with that. Oh, and that's pretty good. That's nothing to shake a fist at. Very nice. Now we wrap that around. I'm gonna zigzag this because I don't want it to fray. I'm gonna zigzag this. So let's give it a zigzag stitch. Kind of narrow. Yeah, just like that. This should help reduce fraying. Getting a little stuck up on it. Not surprising. I'm asking her to do hard things. So that zigzag should help reduce how much it is. Here we go, and again. There we go. Okay. Ah, that's not good enough. That is subpar. Okay, doing it again. Not bad. Forward, there we go. Why are you getting caught? This one's good. This is a good catch. This could break a needle catch. And it did. It broke a needle. Hey, first needle. Oh, come on. There we go. Got it out. Broke a needle. I hate breaking. Gotta go put this in my sharps container. Cool. Cool, cool. And we need to pick a new needle. I have a bunch. I pulled out already. Anticipating I would be breaking. Denim. Here's hoping. Numbers don't matter. Overlock. God, I don't even have a case for a 7511. Grab. Overlock. I have to go to Joann's. Oh. Go to Joann's. Okay. I'm out of needles. Oh, do rest, Anna. I hope you feel better. It looks like I'm gonna have to stop for a bit because I have to get new needles. I may go out tonight to get them. Morning. Cool. I may broadcast again tonight. I will definitely broadcast again tomorrow. Plan on late morning, early afternoon. I won't be on between like 1 and 3. And I won't be on late because I have an evening class to teach tomorrow. So that. But that's all I have today because I need to go get a needle because I broke a needle. Cool. While I'm at it, I'm going to get more of that thread. I'm going to want that. Any questions for anyone? from anyone? Feel better, Anna. I'll see you soon. I'm going to end this with love and science because that's what I believe in. That we just need to love one another and be kind to one another and believe in science. Subscribe if you like what I have to say. Bye.